inconvenienced his divine grace, but he was good-natured about it, and once again I was impressed with how practical he is. Now that I know the procedure, I can ensure he will have a warm room to retire to each evening. Hare Krishna. Yeah, here we are seeing that Prabhupada was expert in everything, even in how to bring the fire up to burn. No? So, and this is the position of a spiritual master. No? He's always helping the disciple to increase his service for Krishna in the end. So, and we know that it is necessary to serve the spiritual master, you know, to become more close to Krishna. And without a spiritual master, it's really, there's no Krishna. Because the spiritual master is giving us Krishna. He's revealing Krishna towards us. And why? Because he realized Krishna. He knows Krishna. It's also stated in the Bhagavad Gita, I guess, no? That if you want to know about the truth, you have to find a spiritual master. You have to surrender to him, and in a very humility way, you have to ask questions. You know? So in this spiritual master, this person will reveal all this truth about God towards you. Why? Because he saw the truth himself. Yeah. So that's why without a spiritual master, there is no chance to continue or to success in spiritual life. No? Okay, there's some questions or comments. Hare Krishna.
Just as one comment, you have to find real spiritual master, not
Yes, sure. This is a very important point. Yes, should be a real spiritual master. No? Nowadays, always it's like this. We have many fake gurus or so-called gurus who make themselves guru. No? But it's not actually the process. You cannot say, I'm guru now. I can reveal all of you. No, it's something about empowerment. So, and it's happened like this, that you get this empowerment from a higher authority. No? In the end, it's the empowerment from Krishna. You know? Okay, Hare Krishna. Then let's read the Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are reading from Canto 5, Chapter 5, Text 8. And this chapter is called Lord Rishabhadeva's Teachings. Pungstastriya mitunim bhavanitang Tayor mito hridaya grantim ahuhu Ato griha kshetra sutapta vitair Janasya mohoyam ahang mameti Pungsastriyamitu nimbhavam mitang Tayor mito hridaya grantim ahu Ato griha kshetra sutapta vitair Janasya mohoyam ahang mameti. Prabhuji's.
Tayomitu hida kantim ahahu. Atokriha kshitra sutapta vitaya. Dhyasamaho yaham aham mimiti.
Umsastriya mituni bhava metam.
Kumsastriya mito bhavametam.
Tayo mito hidaya granti mahu.
Tayormito hidaya granti mahu.
Ato vihakshita sutapa vita.
Atogya kshetra sutapta vichir.
Yanasyamo yamaham lama miti.
Ganyasamo yaham mimiti.
Umasya mitul baham etam.
Kumsastriya mito bhavametam.
Tayo mito vidhai vindam ahu.
Tayormito hidaya granti mahu.
Ato vihakshite sutta vitaya.
Aho kshetra sutapta vichir.
Yanasyamu yam aham mameti.
Ganyasamo yaham mimiti.
Vaishnavis.
Sahasriya mituli bhavan etam.
Kumsastriya mituni bhavametam.
Tayor mito hidaya grantihi ahuhu.
Tayormito hidaya granti mahu.
Ato griha kshetra sutapta vitai.
Ato griha kshetra sutapta vichir.
Yanasya mohojam ahan mameti.
Yayasyamo yamaham mimiti.
Okay, word by word translation. Pungsa of a male, striya of a female, mituni bhavam, attraction for sexual life, etam, this, tayo, of both of them, mitaha, between one another, hridaya grantim, the knot of the hearts, ahu, they call, ataha, thereafter, griha, by home, kshetra, field, sutta, children, apta, relatives, vitai, and by wealth, janasya, of the living being, mohaha, illusion, ayam, this, aham, I, mama, mine, iti, thus. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. The attraction between male and female is the basic principle of material existence. On the basis of this misconception, which ties together the hearts of the male and female, one becomes attracted to his body, home, property, children, relatives, and wealth. In this way, one increases life's illusions and thinks in terms of I and mine. Sex serves as the natural attraction between man and woman, and when they are married, their relationship becomes more involved. Due to the entangling relationship between man and woman, there is a sense of illusion whereby one thinks, this man is my husband, or this woman is my wife. This is called Hridaya Granti, the heart knot in the heart. This knot is very difficult to undo, even though a man and woman separate either for the principles of one ashrama or simply to get a divorce. In any case, the man always thinks of the woman and the woman always thinks of the man. Thus a person becomes materially attached to family, property and children, although all of these are temporary. The possessor unfortunately identifies with his property and wealth. Sometimes, even after renunciation, one becomes attached to a temple or to the few things that constitute the property of a sannyasi. But such attachment is not as strong as family attachment. The attachment to the family is the strongest illusion. In the Satya Samhita it is stated, Pramatya yakyavalkatya muchyanti stri sahayina bodhyante kachanai teshang vishesham cha vido viduhu. Sometimes it is found among exalted personalities like Lord Brahma that the wife and children are not a cause of bondage. On the contrary, the wife actually helps further spiritual life and liberation. Nonetheless, most people are bound by the knots of the material relationship and consequently they forget their relationship with Krishna. Om Agyanati Mirandasya Kananjana Shalakaya Chakshuramitam Yanatasma Shigurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manodustam Stapetamina Mutali Swayam Rupakadam Tadasya Parantikam Vanchakalpatarupyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Pungsastriyami tuni bhavam metang tayor mito hridaya gatim ahu ato grihakshetra sutapta vita janasya mohoyam ahang mameti. The attraction between male and female is the basic principle of material existence. On the basis of this misconception, which ties together the hearts of the male and female, one becomes attracted to his body, home, property, children, relatives, and wealth. In this way, one increases life's illusions and thinks in terms of I and mine. So it's a very important verse, as we can see here. First of all, I think it's very important to clarify that what's the main thing that we are here in this material world. This is lust. That's the main thing. Lust. Why lust? Lust is the perverted form of love to God. So, and because we're eternal parts and parcels of God, we are seeking for this love to God. But because we're here in the material world and forgot about God, we have to somehow still we want this love, but it's here just in the perverted form, in form of lust. That's the point. But this lust is binding us more and more to the material nature. And it's also writing in the Bhagavad Gita, I don't know exactly in English, but it's like lust is your biggest enemy. And it will like verschlingen in English, it will kind of eat everything. Swallow up. It will swallow up everything. So that's why we have to understand the main point we're here, this is lust. But actually, the pleasure we are searching in lustful activities actually is the pleasure what we get in the lovely relationship with God. That's the main thing. And by this lustful activities, we become covered. The soul, we are the soul, the spirit soul, we become covered. Like right now, I'm also covered by this body. You cannot see me actually. You can't see my body. So I mean, somehow through action, you can see also the soul. Or if someone talks something, you can see, okay, this is now the soul is talking. It's not the mind, it's not the ego, the soul is talking. So we are covered. Lust is there to cover us. Why? Because we have this desire to be God and to live without God. And therefore, this whole material world is created. So, and what is the highest form of lust? The highest form, the perfection of lust, is actually sex life. Because there you can experience in the highest platform that I'm the enjoyer. That's the main thing. And that's why it's binding also very much. and therefore this attraction between man and woman is also so strong, because or not we, but living entities. It's not just about the human beings, it's also the animals and the plants, all living entities, because they're covered, so they think, okay, through this kind of activities I can get the highest pleasure. But actually it's such a deep illusion. Through this kind of activities we become more and more covered, and more unhappy. So actually lust is pulling us down on the platform of ignorance. So on the platform of ignorance we don't understand who we are. We identify with this body, we think I'm this body, I'm this businessman, I'm Indian, I'm Russian, I'm German, I'm from Italy, I'm from Venezuela. So, but this is not our real existence, this is not who we are really. So in the attraction between man and woman, there are different descriptions. For example, it is said that the woman is like the fire and the man is like the ghee, or butter. So if this comes too close, then the butter is melting. So, and this is, or like the, how it's called, magneten. Magnets, like the magnets. There's also south and north pole. And if you put them too close, they're stuck each other. In the same way, this attraction between man and woman is the same. So, but if we live a relationship on a material platform between man and woman, this will cause many problems. Many problems. It's binding us and it entangles us more and more in this material energy, in the material world. So the solution actually is to find the platform where we can develop detachment. So in this platform is the spiritual platform. So because on the material platform there is no happiness, or there's happiness just for a couple of time, temporary. Today yes, tomorrow not, day after tomorrow again a little bit. So it's temporary, and there is not such an enjoyment that inspires us really to continue with that. Every person who has little intelligence can understand, hey, why I'm suffering today? Tomorrow I'm a little bit happy, then I suffer again. And so this is actually the first question we should ask, or someone should ask himself. Why I'm suffering? And this is the first step towards your spiritual path. That you ask why I'm suffering, who am I, what I'm doing here. So, and why it doesn't give pleasure to enjoy? Because our eternal position is to be a servant, to be a servant of God. So, but if we want to enjoy, we put ourselves in the position of the enjoyer. So we put us in the position that we want to enjoy. We want to enjoy something, we want that someone is serving us. But because this is not our natural position, we become unhappy. So and through lusty activities, like sex life for example, this push our ego more and more, that we identify more and more with the position of the enjoyer. We think we are the enjoyer, we're the supreme enjoyer, we are God actually. But this is not true. And this we can experience that after a couple of time of this enjoyment, we become unhappy. We become unhappy. And I mean, it's true, because the man wants to enjoy the woman wants to enjoy the man, but who will serve? who will serve the other person? So, and that's the whole thing. And then the fighting starts. Because the egos push each other. No, I'm the controller, I'm the enjoyer of the man, and then of the woman also. No, I'm the enjoyer, I'm the controller. So then fight happens. And that's why also so many divorces happening. For example, my parents, they will have this year 25 years of marriage. So I think this is nowadays very rare. It's very rare. And why? They're from other, they have kind of, other culture. They're both from Russia, and they are all, born in another generation, where you get some kind of training from the parents. So where you get some values for life. So somehow they can manage it. They have some morality also, and this helps them to stay together. So that's the point, that we need, in the center of the relationship between man and woman, there should be God. If God is there, then there's no problem, because if you put your relationship with man and woman on the spiritual platform, then it is an ashram. It's a spiritual institution where you can advance in spiritual life. It's not different from brahmachari ashram or vanaprastha ashram or sannyas ashram, because they are ashrams. They have like different, qualities or frames how to live in this ashram. With different rules and regulations, but it is a spiritual institution. If one practices it according it should be. So, for example, in the Grihastha ashram, sex life is allowed, but the highest goal is for recreation of kids. Yeah. So it's for a bigger purpose. And Krishna himself say, if someone is acting, or is performing sexual life with the consciousness for create a person who is God conscious. So I'm not different from this activity. This is me. So that's the whole thing. So it's not that we say in general, if you go in the Grihastha ashram, you are Maya. I mean, partly yes. There was one someone asked Prabhupada in a lecture. I don't know if lecture or personally. He asked, Prabhupada, what is the duty of the Grihastha? To be in Maya. Prabhupada was laughing, and then he said, to be in Maya. So, and I mean, partly it's true, because for sure, we have to deal with the material energy. We have a home, we have kids, so we deal with, if we have a job somewhere in the material world, in a company or something. So we have to deal with non-devotees, and then we have to deal more with the material energy. But the point is that as spiritual persons, as devotees of Krishna, we know how to deal with all of this, because we got, in the best case, we got a training before. That's why brahmachari ashram is very important also. That we live for a couple of time in the temple, that we get education, that the man learns to control the senses, and to take up the position as the leader in the family, to go deep in Krishna consciousness, to get initiation, to be engaged in devotional service, learn to be humble, learn to be tolerant, learn also to serve. So, and the Matajis, or the women also, nowadays can live as brahmacharinis. They learn also everything, spiritual activities, how to behave as a woman, how to serve the family, and all these things, how to use the feminine energy for support the family. So in Vedic culture it was like this, that actually the boys in the age of 5, the parents, they sent them to Gurukul, where they lived with the spiritual master, and they got the training. And the women, the girls, they live with the family, and they get the training from the older family members. So from the mother, from the grandmother, maybe from the auntie also. So they get trained by this. So they were separate. They were separate. Why? Because, as we said, if fire and butter or ghee comes too close, then something happens. Or also if the magnet comes too close, then they stuck each other. Then it's the relationship is just based on sense gratification, sense enjoyment. So, but this will not give us real pleasure. We will suffer, and we will lose really the goal of life, because we are too deep in moha, illusion. But we can just come out of this material world by spiritual practice, by awakening our Krishna consciousness. That's the main thing. So because Krishna consciousness is present in every living being, it has just to be awakened. That's the main thing. And yeah, if we really lose the opportunity to spiritualize our family life, then we become attached to wealth, to our property, to our kids, to our wife, and to all these temporary things. Because in the end, we have to let go everything. You cannot take your wife with you, except you're both devotees and you go back to Krishna. There's no wife will go, I don't know, maybe to the heavenly planets, you will go to the hellish planets, that's it. So therefore it's very important. And in the Grihastha ashram, the family life, spiritual family life, we can put everything in Krishna's service. That's why if we go in the house of a Grihastha, then you will see he has an altar with Krishna. This is the center of the house. So where all the family members, they pay obeisances, and everything is surrounded by the deity, by Krishna. So in the house you just cook and offer to Krishna, so you just eat prasadam. You invite the devotees, you make some spiritual programs in your house. You invite your guru and feed your guru, serve your guru there, give donations to people who come. And in this way we can spiritualize. So this way we are not on the material platform, but we reach the spiritual platform, and we can advance in Krishna consciousness. So, and the main point, Jai Shri Shri Jai Gauradesh Ki Jai. The main point is also like to cooperate. Cooperation is so important, and it's not just cooperation in Brahmachari ashram or in, I don't know, but especially in Grihastha ashram, you can really learn cooperation. Because you have to cooperate. You have to, otherwise you will fall down on the material platform. You have to inspire each other that, hey, okay, let's read Bhagavatam, let's chant, let's go to the temple, let's invite devotees, let's make kirtan. So you have to help each other to manage this family life. Because as we said, you have to deal with so many material influence. So and Prabhupada said once, if you take one stick of wood, you can break it very easily. But if you have many sticks, then it's not so easy to break. So therefore, cooperation, okay, cooperate how? cooperate in the sense that we put Krishna in the center of our family life. And we see us as servants of Krishna. You are a servant of Krishna, I'm a servant of Krishna. Krishna is in the center, we serve him. And by this, if we put Krishna in the center of our family life, then it's also possible to be detached, to learn detachment. Because we understand, hey, this is, my wife is not my property. This is Krishna's property, actually. She's the servant of Krishna. It's not I'm controlling her. No, it's a servant of Krishna. And by Krishna's mercy, she sent her to support me in spiritual life. No? So in the same way, the wife can understand, okay, my husband, it's not my property. No? So no, this is, Krishna sent him for give me protection. Give me protection, guidance, and with cooperation, when we cooperate each other, we can go back to Krishna. So, and also if we get kids, so there are different kind of rites, which help us to receive a good soul with good consciousness. So also that we perform this activity of sexuality to receive a good child. And we understand, we pray for it. Krishna, please send an advanced soul who can help the society, but also ourselves. Please send a pure devotee who can teach us how to serve you. So, and by this also we can understand, okay, the soul who is coming in our family is a servant of Krishna. And in this way we can more and more spiritualize our family life. Or you do some activities which are connected with preaching. For example, for Grihasthas, very nice is prasadam distribution. So this is also what we experience, right? It's very nice. You work together, you go somewhere, you distribute prasadam, you're preaching, you engage other devotees also who are there with you, so you cooperate. And then amazing things can happen. We went also now, 2 weeks ago, we had a program and we were distributing prasadam for 5 days for 85 persons, 3 times a day. And it was Kanchani, myself, and Raj Kumar, one of our friends, and Joanna from our community. And it was very nice. 2 times in the evening we did kirtan also, and it was amazing. People were dancing with us, chanting the holy names, and it was so nice. So why? Because we cooperate. We put Krishna in the center. Okay, it's a business, but it's prasadam distribution as well. So in this we should not forget. It doesn't matter what we are doing, we should always see Krishna is in the center. The prasadam distribution is in the center. Chanting the holy name now is in the center. And we are just serving this. We are serving prasadam distribution. We are serving the holy name. So we are serving Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this sense. And if we take this position of a servant, then Krishna, he's doing amazing things. He's really doing amazing things. And the people, they were so fired up. They were dancing with us. And Krishna. We did some circle. We were running in the circle. It was very cool. And everybody told us after the next day, the persons who were holding the seminar, they came to us in the kitchen and said, hey, today everybody was talking about yesterday mantra singing. They were so happy. Everybody appreciate this, and it's so nice. So you see, even work we can transcend it. We can put on a transcendental platform. So by putting Krishna in the center of it. And that's the whole thing. If we recognize, oh my God, we are fighting too much, all the fights comes up, this means that our spiritual practice is not good. This means we are reading too less, we are chanting not properly, we don't visit the temple, or maybe we should go more often to Mangala Arti, or maybe we should serve more the devotees. So this is this is a sign. So if you're fighting in your relationship, this means your Krishna consciousness is not in a good shape. And this you can understand. Because if we're not in a good sadhana, then all the anarthas, they just blop up. They're coming up and they take the control. So, but if we have a good sadhana, then we can manage. We can manage the anarthas. We know how to deal with them, and we don't let them taking over the control. And especially in family life, there are so many opportunities to fall in Maya. So many, So that's why it's nice that many devotees here living around the temple, they have the opportunity to come visit the temple, be in contact with the temple, do some seva in the temple. And yeah, I mean, the good thing is, the good news are that Krishna is very merciful. And even we are falling into Maya, he always arranged something to help us to come out again. Especially through the spiritual master, who is also sitting in our heart and know what's going on. So, yeah, that's the main point, to have, from my little experience of Grihastha ashram, if you really don't miss the main point, which is Krishna consciousness and to serve Krishna and put Krishna in the center, you can have a happy life. You can have a happily family life, and you can advance in Grihastha ashram. But if we fail it, if we entangle too much with the material energy, then we become Grihamedis, and problems will come. So there will be fight between man and woman. So then offenses. Then by offenses we lose taste. So we don't want to have the association of the devotees. And all these things. We will give Krishna the fault, or we give the process the fault, or whatever. There's the mind and the ego is finding so much excuses and fault-finding things. So, yeah, that's the main point. And cooperation. Cooperation and friendship. These are the most important points. I mean, for sure, in the Vedic culture, we have different roles, or by our nature and by our body, we have different roles and these things. But in the end, it's more about friendship and relationship and cooperation, in connection with putting Krishna in the center. And if this art of family life will distribute or teach to other persons, then I'm sure there can be less divorces, and there can be happily families. And if you have a happy family, I'm sure a good soul want to enter in this family. And we have in Germany also some nice Grihastha couples, and you see the kids are very special. I don't know, I always have to think about the kids of Ramananda Gopal from Simhachalam. He's the head pujari, and he and his wife, they're a very nice couple. So they give their life for Krishna. Really. He's Grihastha, but he's head pujari for so many years, and they're living on the project and everything. And the kids of them, they're so cute, and they're really so natural, and and really, I think they're very special souls. They bring you can see this, Yeah. And this is because they're happy. They engage in Krishna consciousness and devotional service, the parents, and they're happy. They're happy with it. So, and by this, the people, they will receive all this. They will see this, how the parents behave and everything. And it's a good chance for them to become also good devotees. Yeah. So, detachment in family life through Krishna consciousness. Through putting Krishna in the center, and try to engage everything in Krishna's service. The house, the relationship, the work, everything. And Grihasthas actually, this is a very nice platform also for preaching, no? Because the people they can connect more with Grihasthas because the main people, most of the people they are in family life. Now imagine a monk is coming and preach to you, and you think, hey, come on, I'm in a family life. You are a monk. You don't have all these problems I have, right? So I mean, it's nice and sounds great, but how can you really be empathic and feel what I'm living through? No? So, and it's also in the Western world, for example, it's not so much common that someone becomes a monk. No? No? Sannyas, what is sannyas? No? So that's why for Grihasthas it's very nice to preach. And first of all, just by an example, by a living example. No? By having themselves a happily, peaceful family life. Just by this you can preach so nicely. No? Because people will ask you, hey, why you so peaceful? Why you? No? It looks like you're so happy in your relationship. What is the secret? No? Yeah, like this. Yeah, and by this we can overcome this moha, this illusion. No? So it's. I mean, actually, Krishna consciousness, it's always the same thing. No? If you change the ashram, it's not that the practice or something will change. No? You just have to apply what you learn. Everything what you learn in brahmachari ashram or brahmacharini ashram or training at home from the parents, you apply in your family life and that's it. It's nothing changed. You're still chanting your 16 rounds, you're still following the four-aggressive principle, you still will eat prasadam, you still will do a kirtan, you still preach. This have a different form, but the essence is the same. And by keeping this with you, it's no problem. No? Any problems will come, they will teach you to develop spiritual advancement.
Yeah.
So that's the point. If we accept humbly, it's going well, easy. If we don't accept humbly, then Maya will give us something on the head. And then by this, then we will surrender. So therefore, that's the reason why Grihastha ashram is there, no? For spiritual advancement, and it's very helpful. You can learn so many nice qualities, no? So many, and you have really to learn to cooperate, and not just today or tomorrow or for one project, but for every day. For every day, and by this you can really learn that, hey, I'm the servant of the servant. No? This attitude you can develop more and more. Okay, Hare Krishna. There's some questions or comments.
Just a small comment. That's a good thing if you're on Krishna consciousness. Even if you find in family life, you just see where your ego is.
Yes. Yeah, I think especially in family life, you can see very clearly where it is. I mean, another point is to accept it also, no? But at least Krishna is showing you all the time through your partner. No?
Yeah, my guru also said when you are married, you are surrounded 3 times. Your wife, Krishna, and guru, and everybody gives you a slap for your ego.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Krishna consciousness is really universal. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, what's your situation. You know, Krishna consciousness for everybody. This is so nice. This really, it is really uniting everybody, all living entities. Doesn't matter where you're from, where you live, if here or in the hellish planets or in the heavenly planets. It's working everywhere. Yeah.
I have a question. Is it possible that you can really love your partner, or this is really lost and you are in the illusion that, oh, I love so much my husband and he's so nice, and or this is really lost and covered?
Yeah, the point is, it can be love, no? But how you can understand that this is love, no? It's about appreciation. Oh, this is such a nice devotee from Krishna. No? Oh, he's doing so nice things for the devotees, for the mission, for Prabhupada. No? So I want to serve him. No? So this is love. No? Love in family life is always through Krishna. It's always through Krishna. No? How you can recognize it? If this love you feel or something is without Krishna, if Krishna is not including there, then it's lust. No, but if this includes Krishna, this is love. Because there's also, we have lovely exchange between devotees. An act of instruction, it's written down. No? So we learn from the scriptures what is real love. Love means love. Love means to serve. Yeah. The more you serve your husband, the more you love him. Hare Krishna. Yeah, this is like this, Love for the guru can also be, but it's not on material platform in connection with sexuality or lust. No? So there are two different things. No? Real love, true love, is through devotion, through service, through appreciation. No? This is real love. That's the point. Was okay? Yes. Hare Krishna. Okay, then that's it. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope it was okay in English language and you could understand everything. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Gaur Premanandi. Hare Krishna.